Oh, well, evening people, 12-hour shift all done. Yay, all done! Ah, let's go. Oh, better start the Prius. Oh, tell how bad it was with the rain. Oh, let's get rid of that. So, hi, people, YouTubers. Home time, 12 hours. That's 12 hours and a 2-hour drive. Well, 12 hours and a 2-hour drive. Hour to work, hour to home. Oh, that's not good. Well, I thought I would have a little conversation with my people out in YouTube land about, I've been trying to do this. I've done this video now twice on the way home. Once on the bike and the sound never come out. Once on the way home and it stopped halfway through. So now I'm actually going to do it. So if I'm looking tired, that's why, because I've done 12 hours and now I've got an hour drive home and it's 8 o'clock PM, 2000 hours. Oh. So, I don't need the wipers. So what am I going to waffle on and talk to you about today? Well, that lady looked like Doc from Back to the Future. So I'm going to waffle and talk some crap, because it's quite good, because it just gets the drive away. Quite excited, got a wedding tomorrow. I am a best man, or maybe the worst man after tomorrow. But I've been trying to yap on and put it out there about just a discussion on religion and what is religion, because I'm a bit confused. I'm 46 and I'm a bit confused. I can't make head or tail of it really. Now, I'm not going to say that anyone who did it again. I'm not going to say anyone who is religious is wrong. I'm not going to say. Well, I might say what I am if I choose to. I don't really know what I am. Hence the video. But I don't think anyone's got a right to tell someone they're wrong for what they believe in. Just like I don't think anyone should tell anyone they're wrong for doing certain things. Now, it's really difficult at the minute because I've been thinking a little bit about religion and about whether or not. What is that noise? Yeah, let's get run over. Oh, here comes one. Yeah, just push your way through, mate. Taxi, innit? Yeah. I said to someone the other day, he was quite into his Jesus and stuff, and I said to him, he was chatting away to me, and I said that I was ill and I had cancer and I nearly died, and I was thinking back to that and thinking, why did I live and why did everyone else die? So everyone else on my ward is dead. Turtle Morris, Bernard, Mark, although we were missing times, Rob. So they all croaked and I didn't. So this was 13 years ago I went through that. Slow down, kids. Bloody hell. Oh, and here comes one on a quad bike with no lights on. Oh dear. So, why did I live and why did they die? And no one can explain why. I refused to allow anything negative when I was going through chemo. I looked at it, even though it was the most horrific thing you can ever go through. My hair fell out. No, that was like that before. My beard fell out. That was pretty weird. Washing your face and your beard falling out. And then people walking past you in the street because they don't know who you are, because they've never seen me in 20 years without a beard. That was kind of weird. But I refused to allow anything that was negative, which was really difficult because it messes with your head as well. And one day I did have a bit of a moment where I thought I had like one day, don't know how, but I thought I had 1 day to go of chemo, and I actually had 2. And because you mentally psych yourself up for this hit, I did 3 sessions. Talking about cancer, you can watch my cancer videos for that. But I wouldn't let anything happen. I had lots of people praying for me from various religions. I had a bit of reflexology, I had a bit of acupuncture, I had some shiatsu, all these things, and people thinking nice thoughts and positive thinking towards me and towards me getting better, along with my brain thinking that, you know, I was too busy to die. I'm still too busy to die. So was that the fact why they give it to some people and they live, and they give it to others and they don't? Or was it him upstairs? So you question that. And then you think, well, why me? Why would he help me and not the other people on the thing? They had family as well. So, yeah, kind of little things like that. Now, my take on religion is a choice. You should never be forced into it. I wasn't. And you shouldn't tell anyone else they can't believe the things they want to believe. So I wonder what that rattle is in the back. Weird. There is a jerry can back there. It's probably something to do with that. So you shouldn't tell any other people that they should believe in something you don't believe in. I think that's fair. And that's life. And to be honest, a lot of the religions around the world, whether it's Islam, Christianity, Christadelphians, Jehovah's Witnesses, Jehovah's Witnesses, yeah. I've had some interesting arguments discussions with Jehovah's Witnesses about religion. And I'm open for it. If anyone wants to, I'm not going to say he doesn't live upstairs or live in the ground or live in the earth, live in the trees, and live in everything around us as energy. I'm not going to say that because I don't know. And if you speak to them, they don't really know. So I'm not gonna put my neck out on the block and say they're all wrong. Just like in case I die and I get up there and he goes, "Oi, you didn't believe me." I'll tell you a joke about that. There's a guy and he dies and he goes to heaven. He knows it's heaven because his dead dog's there. And his dog was waiting for him, so he knew he was dead. Knew it. That's it. I'm dead. I've got my dog back. So he knew he was dead. So he's up in heaven and wandering about, and he sees these big gates. Sees this bloke at the bottom of these gates. It's pearly gates. So he goes up. All right. Yeah. He says, "Have I got to go in here?" Yeah. That's right, mate. Yeah, you got to go in. So okay then. So he goes and walks in, and the bloke goes, "Hey. What are you doing?" "Oh, you just told me I'm going." No way, mate. He says, "You ain't fucking going in there, mate. You got a dog." He says, "Dogs can't come in." Oh. And he's like, "Well, I'm not leaving my fucking dog." So he wanders off and he sees this farm in the distance. So he trundles over with his dog, playing stick, giving his dog a cuddle and thinking, well, heaven's pretty good, really. I got my dog back. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Can you imagine that? He goes off to this farm and he goes in the courtyard and there's a fountain there and it's hot, sunny, it's beautiful. So he drinks the water coming out of this fountain, pours some water for the dog that was there. There was a bowl, so he gave the dog some water. Dog had a drink, sat there with his dog. He sees this old bloke sat on the fence, mind his own business. So he goes up to him. "All right, yeah. Can I ask you something?" He's like, yeah, of course. He says, "I'm dead, ain't I?" "Oh, yeah." He says, "That's your dead dog, innit?" He says, "Yeah." "Well, you're fucking dead." "Right." He says, "Well, where am I?" "Well, you're in heaven, mate." "Right. Well, who was that bloke over by the gates?" "Oh," he says, "that's Lucifer." "That's Lucifer?" "Yeah, you know, the devil." "Yeah." "Well," he says, "I nearly went through the gates." "Oh, never mind." says, yeah. He says, but he said to me that I wasn't allowed to take my dog. Yeah, we know, that's what he does. And he's like, well, I nearly went in there. So he says, well, I've gone to hell. Yeah. He says, oh dear. He said, well, it's a dead Volkswagen. He says, we kind of leave him there. He says, what do you mean you kind of leave him there? He says, bloody hell, he was flying. Well, anyone, he says, that's willing to leave his dog behind, he says, and actually goes in, he says, we don't want them in heaven. Do you like that? I thought it was a good joke. I really thought that was a good joke. I've always remembered it. Right, so, back to religion. I'm here, lots of people aren't. I'm not going to tell anyone they're wrong. I'm not going to say anything about certain prophets, because people might get upset. I think is it almost like the Scottish play that we don't mention? So, and I think they need to chill out about that. But to be honest, probably a lot of them do. And it's kind of weird. I've had arguments with Christians about it's getting dark, look. About am I Christian because I do Christian things, and they're like, oh, I know, do you go to church? Well, no. And I had an argument with a Jehovah's Witness about how do they know they're not going to be wrong? Now, they like to do the knocking on the doors and giving a leaflet and stuff. I'll tell you a joke about a Jehovah's Witness as well. Terry Wogan said this one. Not yet. You got to hang on for that joke. So I said to, because they do like to knock on doors and they congregate and go around. I always have quite a laugh with them, really. I said to this one Jehovah's Witness lady that I was working with, and I said to her, how do you know you're right? What? I said, how do you know you're right? Well, what do you mean? I said, well, how do you know you're right? I said, how do you know that when you get up to heaven, like you're going to go to, obviously not me, because I'm not a Jehovah's Witness, so they're going to go to heaven, but how do they know that when they get up there, God's not going to say, look, I gave you like 90 years on this planet, lovely green, lovely planet, and you wasted it telling people about God. If they want to know about me, then they can know about me. And I often wonder that if they get to heaven and get a bollocking for wasting their precious time, and time is precious, really precious, really, really precious. So I do wonder if they're going to get a bollocking for that. But you don't know. No one knows. I don't know. Do you know? Answers in the comments. And if you really want to believe in a God, then go for it. Knock yourself out. I think what Ricky Gervais says, he's an agnostic atheist. So he's kind of not an atheist because he's waiting. So, it scares me when you see kids, doesn't it? You never know where they're going to go. So, I think if you want to believe anything, go for it. As long as it doesn't harm anyone, as long as you don't try and tell them that they're wrong because they don't believe in the same thing as you, go for it. Now, I've got a theory. It's a pretty out there theory, and don't think I'm nuts because of it, because you could just as easily ask someone who believes in the God or Black Jesus. Is he black? Is he Black Jesus? I love Black Jesus. No one knows. Seems strange that a white guy would be in Bethlehem. So I still think that story is the plumber next door, and he had it away with Mary, and Mary just said, no, angel did it. Joseph, you stupid carpenter, it wasn't the plumber, it was an angel. So you had sex with him? Well, no, didn't have sex. Well, you got pregnant? Well, yeah. Really? Even back then, I think they had an idea of where babies come from. So anyway, that's my theory on that side of it. But I read, and who knows about this now, I read that could we be watched? Okay, now you think it's pretty slim that we're the only people in the universe. as in the rest of the other planets. Okay? Now, certain religions say that doesn't exist. I'm more intrigued to believe stuff like that. The problem we may have is distance. Now, even if, of all the so-called alien sightings and alien abductions and aliens this and aliens that, even if they're all 99.9% fake, that means there's 1% that are possibly true. Now, oh shit, they were bright. They actually heated my retina. Now, I'm not going to say that's wrong, because I don't know. Now, I also read that we've all heard of guardian angels. Yep. Yeah. Everyone's heard of a guardian angel. You have a guardian angel looks after you. And there are people who have survived the most horrific things, and they're here today and others aren't. Whether it be military, whether it be car accidents, swimming incidents, plane crashes, cancer, horrific accidents. Why have they survived? Survival stuff. Now, is it this? And it's purely 100% your mentality is the reason why you survive? Because there are lots of people, even Ray Mears has said this in survival things, there are people who had nothing to help them survive except this and knowing they would survive, and they survived. And then you have other people who had all the stuff there to help them, and they still died and perished because of bad mistakes. So, or is there a group of entities, angels, who look after you if you want them? And if you ask them, they help you. If you ask, you shall receive. Power of attraction. So we'll go on to that if you like. Now, if you have these entities looking after you, are they from another world who aren't allowed to interfere with life forms on this planet, i.e. us, conscious life forms, unless we openly ask them, whether that be a god, prophet, an angel, a guardian angel, a spirit, however you want to call it, but if you ask them, they will help you. Because I was asking, I wasn't asking God, but I was pretty fucking determined I wasn't going to die. Now, is that how people survive these situations? And then it's God, they ask God, when really these angels got in the way, who are really entities from another world, or they're us from the future, but they can't interfere with, the wildlife photographers have this, we can't interfere when a zebra gets eaten by a lion or a penguin gets frozen in the ice. Is it the same thing? And when these people survive horrible stuff because they've asked their angels, their guardian angels, their entities to look after them, they get into trouble because they shouldn't interfere when you have these amazing miracles that happen. Is that because they were told to do things? You know, they were told not to go round that corner really fast. Everyone who's probably, if they manage to watch this for this long, might get to the stage of listening to this and go, oh yeah, I've had that. You go to drive around the corner, if you drive, and suddenly you think, and it could be a corner that you always drive around. It could be a regular corner on the way home, and you think, just one day something says to you, I'm not going to drive at my normal speed around that corner. I'm just going to back off. I'm just not going to go at my normal speed around that corner. And I'm just going to ease off a little tiny touch. All right, I'm just going to not do the speed I normally do. And they come around that corner and there's a tractor there broken down, or there's a hole in the road, or there's a person in the road. There's something there to make them avoid an accident. They don't know why they slowed down. All they know is that they slowed down for some reason in their gut that made them slow down, and it saved them. Was this your guardian angel having a little poke? having a little interference in your life to say, like the getting on the plane, people having children who've had mental episodes that they're not going to get on that plane, and the parents listen to the child, they don't get on the plane, and the plane crashes. People who are late for planes, yeah, for whatever reason, something could happen, their car could break, yeah? So their car could break, they're late for the flight, they don't get the plane crashes. Now, is that because your angels knew what was going to happen and you listened to them, you're open to them influencing you? I then think about, are we being watched? Yeah? Are we being watched like we would watch bacteria in a petri dish, and monitored and watched as a science experiment, like the dinosaurs were, and then they went, fuck dinosaurs, get rid of them. Now, we all know with science pretty much where the dinosaurs went. Meteorite hit, caused an ice age, died, along with everything else. But that gave us the experience. Now, if you're an entity and we live for 90 years if we're lucky. Yeah, so that's a long time if you compare it to a mayfly. So that's a long lifetime compared to an insect or a bug. Okay, Death Wisher there, look, no lights on. Terrific. And he's wearing no high vis. Excellent. So if you sort of think of that, and then you get out the mindset of, well, you live for 100 years, and then you start thinking, could an entity live for 500,000 years? Or 1,000,000 years? Because what's to say in the future we haven't learned how to make our bodies last, with whether we're biomechanical, because your heart goes wrong, we'll replace it. We can build a heart that would probably keep pumping for 500, 600, 700 years, 1,000 years. Every 500 years you're going to get a new heart. Who's to say in the future we won't be doing that? We won't be becoming biomechanical people. We will learn to travel, because if you're a biomechanical person, yeah, and you lose the need for the environment to look after you. Wow, this is getting really deep. I never even thought about this until I started telling you lot. So you become, you've got guys that are climbing Mount Everest and these snow-capped mountains, and they've got no legs. They've lost them in whatever, and they're doing it for charity. Therefore, the environment that their feet would be in the snow has been eliminated from them because they've become mechanical. They've got prosthetic limbs, which doesn't matter if you get them in the snow, does it? So therefore, that part of the environment is not affecting their body. So there's no worry about frostbite in their feet because they ain't got any feet. Now, could you become a race of species where you've become biomechanical and you've managed to travel through time? Because there's all theories about time travel or wormholes, or could it be that they're monitoring us as a petri dish experiment and they give us little prods? So even like they're giving us a little prod by saying slow down, or making him survive cancer, or making that person come back to life after they've been pronounced dead, those sort of things. And then do they influence us by giving us thoughts like into people, like Tesla, like Jesus, like a prophet in history? Was that person manipulated by an entity, a god, yeah, someone up high, yeah, in a star, spaceship? Come on, these are all theories, just theories that I think about when I'm bored driving. So could it be that they interject these thoughts? Because there are certain people in history, so I'm thinking Teslas, Einsteins, I'm thinking that along that lines, Newton, you're in a hurry, aren't you, mate? Newton, Tesla, maybe Jesus. I'm really ignorant about the Prophet from Islam. There's various Hindu gods, So could it be that these gods weren't gods, they were entities from another world, or us from the future, and they give us little hints? Because some of the amazing inventions we've had over the years, you read the writings of these people and, oh, how did you learn to design that? Well, I was thinking about it, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up and I knew how to do it. I mean, that's pretty out there, isn't it? But it's proven that's how they did it. They thought about it, thoughts become things, and they knew how to do it. They went to bed, they knew how to do it. They're having a poo, and it comes to them while they're having a poo. So what is the mechanical and chemical workings inside that person's brain that are that good they can just come up with that? So I'm thinking of Tesla. And what did we do with Tesla? We ruined him. Yeah? We ruined him. We stole his idea, or Edison did. So Edison stole his ideas and ruined him. Yeah? Said that he would make him rich, and he never did. Stole all the ideas. Tesla, from that point on, realised what the people were like on this planet. And is that what other people do? The entities? Are they looking and helping us to see what we do? Give us these inventions. And what do people do with it? Oh, well, the first thing a human race does if it comes up with technology, well, I know, let's build a bomb and weaponize it. Because that seems to be, since I've been a kid, that's what happens with a new invention. That's what drives technology. But recently, you've got Branson, Elon Musk,